So today, hello. Today we've come out to the dog park to work on Tickety Boo. Of course, these guys are having fun. There's actually a ball diamond here. That's what the dog park is down here. Yes, and so I successfully yesterday managed to get the roof racks off. That wasn't that big a deal, really. It was 10 bolts or screws, Torx with a Torx head on them. So I managed to take those out with my Torx wrench or my multi Torx tool, and then when I took them off, I had a whole big set of roof racks, and I didn't know what to do with them, and I realized that they're quite easy to take apart. You just have to pop these pull these end parts off. They fit right on the end here of each one of the things, and have to pop those off, and then you just slide the cross pieces, these ones, off the end. And so yeah, they fold down into a nice little package there. So I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I was thinking I might just throw them away, but they might come in handy for something. They've got an interesting track system on them. I have to be careful because it could get really Mickey Mouse if I don't just throw them away, but we'll see. Today, what we're going to do is try and finish what I started yesterday. We were at the park and people kept coming and talking to me, so I ended up getting distracted. But here's what we're doing. I'm going to cut the overhead. I'm going to cut it out where I plan on cutting the hole in the top, and that way it should be fairly easy to cut here. And what I'm doing here, I'm just going to turn this around, hopefully. Still figuring out how to use this thing here. Oh, well, that did not work. Yeah, there's where the roof rack came off. And here, if you look here, this is I'm going to cut along this ridge here, right down to the end, down to the far end there. And I'm going to do on the other side the same thing. And so that ridge is this is where the roof rack used to be, and I'm going to probably incorporate the roof rack connectors to hold the new top on, and because that's a good solid point there. And there's 3 on each side, one there, and then one down at the far end, and then the same thing on the other side. So that's the idea there. And basically, I've decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the hole lined up with the center between these two front anchor points, and cut it straight across there, and that'll give a pretty good cab over, I guess you could call it, left in the thing, and lots of standing headroom inside as well. So that's the general idea there. So the tools du jour are X-Acto knife, and I brought my cordless drill. It's a very old cordless drill, but it doesn't work too bad if I get the batteries charged up really well. So I'm going to use the X-Acto knife to cut out the overhead, and then I'm going to drill a hole, and I'm going to see what I can do about. I've got a couple of different saws. I might try and see what I can do with those to see if I can hand cut the thing out, or I don't know. We'll see. I don't know how tough this top is. I'm going to drill a hole, and then I've got some tape. I'll just put a piece of tape over it for the night if it doesn't work out. And if I do manage to get going with a saw and lop the thing out of here, it could rain, which would be very classic, you know. We'll see. I'll probably just get it started and then get back closer to where I've got a tarp handy. All right. I'm getting pretty excited about cutting that hole though.